Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here, this time doing another Halloween film review, and this one is on Grave Encounters 2. Now, as you know, Grave Encounters 2 was a 2012 Canadian found footage supernatural horror film, which was directed by John Baldwin, and of course was meant to be a sequel to Grave Encounters. And I think after sitting through the first one, I wanted to get the second one. And the best I can say about the second film, it's got an idea, but there's so much self-promotion. So the premise of the film is meant to follow film student known as Alex Wright, who is meant to be this young film student. He's basically a bit of an oddball, and he's basically like one of those film reviewers that will go through horror stuff, and even wants to kind of produce a documentary about the original film, Grave Encounters. And we kind of slowly see how Alex wants to find the pieces. He wants to try and personally meet the director and everything else. And after him and his friends are able to find the location of where the film was set, this is where we're going to see, the same plot, but doing something a little different. And I think what the film gets right at the opening is showing everyone talking about the film Grave Encounters. And you get this feel of that whole early YouTube stuff where people will be at their house or having their film posters on the wall talking about the movie. And I think what the film is trying to do, at least, is show how, that the original film Grave Encounters turns out that, all the events were just basically actually happened. And you do get a sense that, the director, in John Baldwin, is trying to kind of make sure Alex and his friends don't do any similar mistakes. And I think while the film has moments where it can go scary, but there's moments where I'm thinking it's lost sense of its identity. And I do feel like, it's a shame we never really got to see an actual sequel done right. And this is a shame, because I feel like you can really do a Grave Encounters 2 instead of actually basically doing it as self-promotion. And I think a part of me does hope one day that we might get an actual sequel instead of trying to do this self-entitled kind of product placement film. I think, while it's not perfect, there's moments where the film does work. Like moments where the jump scare works. We kind of see how Alex, much like basically Sheen Rogerson, slowly loses his identity and himself. And even beforehand, we knew Alex was a bit of an oddball. He was a bit like trying to be experimental with his filmmaking. And it does show you the consequences of trying to find answers and taking your love for things way too far. Now, is it a bad film? Kind of. Has it got moments where it works? Sort of. But I think it just comes across like throwing things that just feel out of place and losing its true identity. So I think the film definitely deserves a thumbs in the middle. Not perfect, not great, just something that clearly wasn't gonna work. And I know there were plans to do a third Grave Encounters film. That was never gonna happen. And it's clear it was trying to be the next Paranormal Activity clone. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.